Hey everyone, this is Tell the Truth Radio, and I'm bound to tell you the truth because I'm your host, Rod Fitch, and I'm going to tell you the truth about the NFL playoffs and the wild card round. I'm going to dedicate a section of my show to the scrimmages that will take place, the beatdowns. But I want to talk about the good games. Dallas versus Tampa. Diggs versus Mike Evans, the most important matchup of the game, and Goodwin against Dallas's defense. Now, you could pass the ball on the Cowboys. I think the Bucks have to run it a little just to keep Lawrence and Armstrong and Parsons at bay. I just think even though they don't run it as well, Fournette's got to give them 3, 2, 4, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5. I mean, he did have 127 yards against the Cowboys that first game. I don't expect that, but you know what? Fournette is kind of a playoff guy, and then he'd be good. Is important that he gets those screen passes when they rush, get you 10, keep the chains moving. The most important thing for the Bucks offensively, keep the chains moving. Dallas is ninth in the red zone at 37%. So it's hard to put the sevens. And Brady gets mad. He wants sevens in the red zone, and he has settled for field goals a lot this year. Evans and Godwin are going to have to make it happen. He doesn't have Gronk. That's usually a security blanket. But you're going to need that. This is going to be a close game. Offensively, they have to run it. And they're going to have to win on 3rd down. It can't be 3rd long because Parsons, like the stars, show up in the playoffs. I can see Parsons showing up, even though the criticism of Dallas has been they're not as good on grass, they're not as fast. They're going to have to be in Tampa, or they're going home. But that combination of that pass rush is going to be very, very difficult for Tampa to deal with. The makeshift line, they have guys coming back healthy, but they haven't been healthy all year. I don't like that matchup at all. I do like the Diggs and Evans matchup. Diggs will make some plays, but he bites on plays too. And you know that out and up is there. And you know Brady likes to go deep to Evans with the game. A lot of big time plays that Tampa's made, like against the Rams on Ramsey, the Evans made when Brady went down the left sideline. I mean the right sideline, just a go route or the hook the stop and go routes. I just think that for Tampa to win, they have to figure out how to score in the red zone. And for that's going to have to give them chunk yardage, 4 here, 5 there. Now Dallas has to honor the run. Now, now you get your man-to-man coverages. And Brady, when you blitz him this year, he has 8 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. So that would help if they had Dallas had to get home on the blitz and then front 4 to get home. But those stats are daunting. 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions when Brady's been blitzed this year. For Dallas, he can't throw picks in this game. You know you're going against Brady, even though he's older. He's still he senses this is near the end, so this is a game at home he wants because he lost to the Rams at Tampa by getting off to a slow start, and the Cowboys have to put doubt in Tampa's head. Listen, we're the Cowboys. We're better. We got better talent. We messed up the last couple of weeks, but this is the playoffs. We're going to finally show up, and Dak is going to play mistake-free, clean football. He better. He's been putrid passing the ball, considering the fact that I expect more out of Dak. I mean, I'm looking at his stats. He's thrown oh, that's not good. He's thrown 23 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, 91 passer rating, completing 62% of his passes. Dak Prescott is best when that running game is churning. And this thing, he gets in a certain rhythm and he does what he does. Now, one thing Dallas can do, Tampa is a blitzing team, but they're also a team that has had trouble locating the tight end. This is a Dalton Schultz game. This is a Pollard game out of backfield. If Pollard can catch the balls out of backfield and Schultz can make enough catches, you know, Murphy Scantling and Dean are very good corners on Tampa. They've got some good corners. So Lamb and his cohorts, Brown and Gallup, it's going to be tough slaying. You can make it happen with CeeDee Lamb, but still with the corners that Tampa has, it could be problematic. But Dallas has got to run against a good Tampa defense. Vita Vea I consider Vita Vea the best run-stopping defensive interior player in the entire NFL. And David and Davis and those guys can flat out play the run. But Dallas still has to make the run happen because of how great their line is. You still have to say, listen, we know you're good, but we're going to go man on man. We're going to put our hat on hats. We're going to be able to run in between the tackles with Zeke 2 or 3 yards here, and we got to do it. They have to, because if it's third and long, that's where it becomes problematic for Dak Prescott. But I believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game. I think the stars show up. Schultz has a big game, couple touchdowns. Pollard, a couple screen passes, because Pollard's lethal. Pollard could take a screen pass from the 20-yard line, go 80 yards because of his speed. And Dallas's front four gets home. You can't blitz Brady. But with that front four they have, that allows provided Dallas stops the run, because the Bucs haven't run well. Now, Fournette's a good playoff performer, but now you're asking for Fournette to just all of a sudden just get turned up, and he's only averaged 3 yards per rush. Yeah, 668 yards rushing this year, and that's it. And Fournette's a good back, but he's going to have to be a very good back for them to have a chance against that Dallas pass rush. I don't think it's going to happen. I like the Cowboys because of their front four. Diggs is got to have enough time to be able to deal with Evans. Now, if Dallas's front four doesn't get home, Evans is going to be able to get some pass catches on Diggs because of the fact that Diggs is not the fastest cornerback, but he's super aggressive, and he plays with a lot of confidence, which I do like. I like Dallas. Dallas is going to come to Tampa. And you know what? 60% of the place is probably going to be Cowboy fans. So you don't have a home field advantage. Brady might have to use a silent count. I think it's going to be a lot of Cowboy fans in Tampa. I'm risking. This is risky picking the Cowboys against Brady, who's been clutch, and the Cowboys have been unclutch. I just think they don't exercise all the playoff demons, but partially they do. They win this, and they head to Philadelphia brimming with confidence. They have to be careful they don't brim with overconfidence, but they'll beat them. They'll beat the Buccaneers. Get ready for the Eagles. The best thing about the Philadelphia Eagles is they'll probably be an underdog. Everybody is picked against the Eagles. Nobody's saying they're going to the Super Bowl no more. They got the Niners in the Super Bowl already, which is not bad because Niners are the most talented team in all the NFL. And I'll get to the Niners in my beatdown segment. But the next close game is Jacksonville and the Chargers. Exciting game because these are teams with great young playmakers. They have playmakers all across the field. Herbert, Eckler, and they don't have Mike Williams, and I'll get to that in a minute. But you do have a nice receiving core that the Chargers bring. And Jacksonville, they got Christian Kirk, they got Evan Ingram, who's revitalized. Uh, they're as good as you could get. You know what I like about Jacksonville? They start out slow, but then Marvin Jones, Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, and ATM got going, and they really started to ball out, and their defense is aggressive. I love that. Shaquille Griffin at corner, they get after you. They're an aggressive young defense. So is the Chargers. Chargers have not been healthy, but now both teams are healthy. This is as good two young rosters as you're going to get. But the Chargers, I'm going to tell you something. I hate that Mike Williams is not playing. That was very dumb. Now, their head coach baffles me sometimes. Why would you play him in a game that was meaningless? Now he's out for the season unless he gets to the Super Bowl. But you got to get out of this first round first. You got to go to Jacksonville to win this game. Now, unlike Dallas, this is going to be a rough home field advantage because there's going to be a ton of Jacksonville fans. They have rallied around their team. And J.C. Jackson's not playing, one of their best corners. Jalen Guyton might not play. Oh, boy. I was really going to pick the Chargers to make a Super Bowl run. This is going to be a tough game. What's going to be big for the Chargers is Gerald Everett, who's been solid. I got to see the stats of Guyton. But Joshua Palmer has been sneaky good. Joshua Palmer is a nice third receiver for the Chargers. Keenan Allen is going to be huge. But now Jacksonville, because if you had Williams and Allen, they haven't been together all year. Yeah, Williams and Allen, they're not stopping those two. But for the Chargers, they got to do what the Titans did. They got to be physical, and they got to implore doubt. There was doubt in the Jacksonville's in that game, and the players the confidence looked a little shook the way the Titans will play good, but they didn't have a good enough offense to take advantage of the mistakes that the Jacksonville made. But the Chargers do. And defensively, Derwin James and stars got to be stars in the playoffs. So Bosa and James and Van Noy and Khalil Mack, they all got to get home. They usually use Derwin James as a blitzer too, but he's got to cover. He's got to be able to deal with Kirk. He's got to be able to make some plays, maybe trick Lawrence into getting an interception. They got to get the lead. And Austin Eckler is one of the most important players on this team because of how great he's one of the best screen pass running back catchers in the league. He runs terrific in between the tackles. He's good on the sweeps. He's a hard-nosed runner. He's the type of guy you like to go on the road with. And I'm a big Herbert fan. I believe he is top 5 in the league right now without any playoff wins. I got Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Herbert, all those guys in that range. I know I'm missing somebody. And Jalen Hurts and all those good young guns, and he's right up there with them. And he has a chance. This is a team I was going to pick really to make a Super Bowl run. Without Williams, I don't like this. I don't like their chances to make a Super Bowl run. Now, do I like them to win this game? What now on the Jaguars side for the Jaguars to win is Lawrence he can't have the playoff jitters he had in that winner take all game with the Titans. He can't miss like he missed Christian Kirk in the end zone wide open. He's been a great quarterback. ATN's got to give it to him. He's got to give the Chargers the business, and he's good enough to do that, but he can't fumble. Fourth quarter fumbles or miscues can end seasons because it's the playoffs now. Everything's magnified. And I'm trying to set up an interview with one of the linebackers on the Saints who played on that team where Tampa won the Super Bowl, but we're losing to the Saints. And Cook, their tight end, fumbles the ball, and they're going in for a game-clinching score to put them up 10, and he fumbles, and then Tampa comes out and scores, and that was it. It's plays like that that you carry forever because you don't know when you're going to come back. No matter how young you are, you got to make it happen this year. I'm 100% sure the Chargers are going to win this game until I found out Evans got hurt. Stupid, stupid, stupid. You can't be coaching this team and you don't know if your job is on the line with Sean Payton sitting there. Because if they lose this game, I'm calling Sean Payton because Sean Payton, look, this is a Super Bowl roster. You come in here to make it even better. But who do I pick in this game? I like the Chargers. Justin Herbert's going to make it happen. He has a little more experience as far as years are. I mean, more. I don't know. They're both kind of. This is their first playoff, but I just think Herbert is. Even though they got blown out by this, they blew the Chargers out in LA. I get that. I just think the Chargers are going to win this game, but I can't pick them against Kansas City. If Williams was there, I was going to pick him against Kansas City. That was such a bad move and a bad injury. Now, Giants and Minnesota is a toss-up. I'm picking the Cowboys. I'm picking the Chargers. I'm just going to say who could win and who could lose in that game. Part of me is leaning toward the Giants, but Cousins can catch fire and Cousins can be terrible. Dalvin Cook has been solid. Saquon Barkley has been spectacular. And for the Giants to win this game is ball control. Danny Jones got to use his arm, got to use his legs. He's got to get the ball slating. The Giants, the sum is more better than the parts. They're solid in certain parts, but they're beyond well coached with Dayball and Wink Martindale. Wink Martindale he got after Cousins the last time, but there were times where Jefferson made plays over two guys. There were times when Jefferson was open. Hockenson hurt the Giants big time. Thielen. You know what would make me nervous is Thielen would have a big game. Their coaching staff would look at the tape and say, listen, let's play left-handed. Wink Martindale's going to throw three people on Jefferson. Let's let Thielen, who's been there before, be the focal point if we get time with Cousins, and then Jefferson will get his. We don't want him to get mad because we don't get on the ball, but let's get switch up. I think their only chance, and then Cook. He's very good at screen passes too. He hasn't run as well, but Cook has to run a little in between the tackles. He had pretty good success against the Giants. And Cousins can't be the Cousins I don't trust. He has to be big time. He's been there before. He's been bad before. But can he be good? Because if he's good, the Giants are going to lose. But if he's bad, the Giants are going to win. But if I'm the Giants, I don't even take that chance. It's going to be heavy dose of ball control. You need those 10-minute drives. Saquon Barkley, Slayton, your tight end making plays, and Daniel Jones can't make any mistakes because he threw the pick to Patterson before. Minnesota's defense is pedestrian at best. They blitz a lot because they have to. So the Giants have to take advantage of that. Peterson will make plays. He's old, so you can burn him. The Giants have burned him before in that last game. But he burned the Giants because he's an old wiry veteran. He just slightly on the other end of his prime. But Giants ball control to win. Vikings, Cousin not imploding, and them playing their game and them being super duper explosive on offense, trying to figure out Wink Martindale's defense. All right, unfortunately, there's going to be three scrimmages that's going to take place into the playoff games. The first scrimmage is going to be the 49ers and Seahawks. The 49ers are going to destroy the Seahawks. They toyed with them in Seattle the last time they played. Look at this. Look at the numbers. Points per game, the Niners are sixth. Seattle's ninth. That's not bad. Points allowed, Seattle's 25th. The Niners are first. Yards per game, Seattle's 13th. The Niners are fifth. Rushing yards per game, Seattle's 18th. The Niners are eighth. Time of possession, and they need to keep the explosive offense of the Niners off the field. They're 28th in time of possession. The Niners are third. Third down efficiency. The Seahawks are 20th, and you got to keep the chains moving so you don't want the powerful 49er offense to go get back on the field. The Niners are sixth and third down. You are punting. Your punter is going to be very busy when you're playing the Niners. Interceptions. Seattle's 12th, not bad. The Niners are first at getting interceptions. Do I need to say more? Ayuk, McCaffrey is a little too much. And then Mitchell coming out of backfield too. And Kittles and then Debo. And it would, like I said, Ayuk. That's too much. I love Metcalf and Kenneth Walker, but this is not that. You would need Kenneth Walker to run the ball well and have good time possession drives, and they're not that type of team. Great story, Seattle. They're getting their rear ends kicked against the Niners. The worst beatdown I'm gonna save for last. The next beatdown will be Baltimore, Cincinnati. No Lamar Jackson, no chance. It's just, yeah, I know they played him just the last time. I get it. And it was a decent game, 27-16. And Mix only had 27 yards. But your quarterback, Huntley, is just not going to be good enough to be able to match Burrow. Burrow's going to make enough plays with Chase. Chase had 8 receptions, 86 yards. That's a little too much. And P. Ryan and Mix sort of run enough. Now listen, Requan Smith has helped the Ravens. Their run defense has been a lot better. But Boyd, Chase, and Hurst and T. Higgins, no, that's too much. The Bengals are going to whoop up on the Baltimore Ravens. That's another scrimmage. The worst beatdown. The worst beatdown will be Buffalo and Miami. I could see Hamlin coming on the screen. I don't know if he'll be able to come to the game. Coming on the screen before the game and say, Buffalo Nation, Buffalo Bills, to my players, let's go. Let's get this win. And that place will go bonkers, and it'll be freezing. I talked to my guy, Jeffrey Millers, who is a writer and a Buffalo Bills historian, and it's near 0 right now. And Miami has their third string quarterback. Miami will be pigs to the slaughter. Find something. If I know you, even if you love football, find a movie, find something to do at that time, because that's going to be a beat. Watch the first part, because you'll probably be teary-eyed watching how emotional Buffalo fans will be. It'll give you chills. They're going to come out and just blow the doors off of Miami. I don't need to throw out stats. I love Hill and Waddle, but not this game. Not this game. Your third string quarterback's going to be on his rear end. They're going to get at. They're going to be like a house of fire, that defense. Now, going forward, the loss of Hamlin, I wonder how that affects them. But we're going to see Buffalo and Cincinnati for sure in the next round.